Hello folks, and today we're looking at how to paint Tichi Huichi's Raiders, which are from one of the older Lustria books. So, to start off with, you want to primary model black, and then we're using a white Vallejo just to do sort of like a highlight from the top. Just take your time with this, there's no rush. I always struggle to do the white highlight, to be honest with you. It always comes out speckly for me. It doesn't matter how much I thin it. It just doesn't seem to go as well as I'd like it to, really. So for the next colour that we're going to be using, we're doing this colour on the lower part of the body, sort of the underbelly. And the colour that we're using for that is Sand Beige from Vallejo. I do apologise if I sound a little bit off. I'm a little bit snotty because of the hay fever. I just can't seem to get rid of it. Really struggling with it, to be honest with you. Haven't had much rain, have we? So yeah, hopefully that will get better with time. Fingers crossed. So yeah, here I've decided to go a little bit higher with Sand Beige because I thought, well, need a little bit more. Need a little bit more of the colour. So yeah, just doing that. Yeah, so these guys are sort of like, I guess, like a homebrew unit, really. That used to be from one of the other books from back in the day. So now I'm using Fire Red, which is one of my favourite colours. If you watched any of my previous videos, I think it works really good over white and black highlight. Looks amazing, I think. Really good red. So the next colour that we're going to be working on is going to be Pale Green, and we're just literally putting that on the upper side of the body. Yeah, once again, just take your time with it. You want sort of like a nice and smooth transition between, you know, the two colours, between the Sand Beige and the green that we're currently using. So after we've done the first green, we're going to be moving on to the next one, and here we're just selectively using Escalpena Green from Vallejo. And after we've used Escalpena Green, we're then going to be moving on to the final highlight of Livery Green from Vallejo. There's an airbrush clog in there, as per usual. The beauty of using an airbrush and it occasionally clogging. Yeah, it's just a pain in the backside, really. For those that do use it, they know that the cleaning process and just generally using it, you know, can be a pain in the backside. So yeah, here I'm just using the Livery Green now to sort of finish off this nice greeny yellow colour that we have. I thought it came out really well, and I thought this will be a great alternative colour scheme. And these guys are actually using as part of the old world, you know. If the guys let me use it in friendly games, that's great. If not, they'll just be accounts as Cold One Riders instead. Moving on to the gold now, and I am using Retributor armor on all of the golden parts for our model. There's quite a few of them. On the artwork, you know, like the bands on the tail are actually grey in some cases, I think, from the pictures that I've seen. But I thought it would look a lot better, you know, in gold. So that's the colour that I went for, really. Take your time with this. You don't want to mess it up, or you don't want to get it on any of the green parts or the sand beige parts. So now we're applying shade of Reichland Flesh shade to all of the gold parts. And that's to give a bit of depth to our model. I've also done the basing whilst I was at it, as you can see. I keep meaning to do a video on basing and how I do my basing. I don't know, I just haven't got round to doing it. I guess there's so many basing videos out there that I don't know, I just don't think it's worth it, but eventually I might once I run out of ideas on what to paint. So on the face / the skull part of this model, I am using Agrax Earthshade, and I've just thinned that down about 50-50 with some medium. So for our base, I start off with dipping the base colour of it, Rhinox Hide, and then I end up doing a dry brush of Tyrant Skull all over. I haven't bothered to show you guys how I do the riders because there's already a video out for that. So if you wanted to know how to do the riders for them and look at the alternative colour scheme, which is sort of like orange and cream, then there is a video for that, so don't worry. I just didn't want to make the video too long. Here now I'm just applying some tufts of the model, and I'm just using some PVA to make sure it sort of, you know, stays in one place. All the claws on this model I have used Doom Bull Brown, and that's once again to match it with the rest of my army's colours. So Doom Bull Brown I usually use for the strings of various model like Saurus Warriors. They've got a lot of string on them, so yeah, that's the colour that I end up using on them. So the eyes, I started off with doing Avalon Sunset. You just want to be really careful with this. Take your time, no need to rush. And then I did a highlight for them as well on the eyeballs, and the highlight was Flash Gets Yellow. After the highlight, I have decided to use Seraphim Sepia, and I've just put that all over the eyeball. And then we go back with Flash Gets Yellow and just highlight the eye back up again to make sure it looks nice and bright. Now using, God, what was the colour again? It was Doom Bull Brown again. Sorry, it just completely gone out of my head. And just doing all the string parts with Doom Bull Brown. I'm not sure why I didn't do it at the same time as I did the claws, but I think I was just having a bit of a blonde moment there. So for the shading on the chest of our little dinosaur, I am using Waywatcher Green. Now that is a paint from back in the day. It is a glaze. However, you can use something different today, and that can be thin down Aphonian KMO shade. Will work really well as well. So I would thin it down about 50-50, and you should get something similar to Waywatcher glaze. So yeah, here's the finished models. I hope you like the way they look, and if you end up using it, you know, in your army, this colour scheme, that would be great. So appreciate for watching the video. If you can hit a like, a subscribe, and leave a comment, that really helps a little channel like mine. You know, it does mean that the channel can grow, and that means I can keep putting out videos like this. So thanks very much again, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.